Okay, so you guys are going to be building a castle. You can use Minecraft to map out that castle in advance. I'm going to show you how to do it, but yours cannot be identical to mine. You have to change a few things. So this is going to be done in two-point perspective. So you need a vanishing point there and a vanishing point there. I would suggest starting with a line which crosses the horizon line. It could go here, it could go here, it could go here. You need to start with one of those lines. Next, I don't want it quite so long, and you're going to have to experiment with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be making the main part of the castle. Now, these lines near the vanishing point, and you do...
Can I have your attention, please, with Philip Smith? Please come to the high school office. Philip Smith. Thank you.
Sorry about that. And you do need to use your ruler. And I'm going to go like this. And this one's going to go there. I'm going to make it about that deep. So there's the basics of my castle. Again, yours cannot be identical. You need to add details and change this in some way so that it's unique and it's yours. So from here, I'm going to decide that there's going to be another little outbuilding here. Actually, I'll save that for later. I'm going to put on the portcullis, meaning the place where people would enter. And I'm going to start with just making it a big door. So it's a big door, and it goes in. And remember that that line needs to go to the vanishing point. So it's going to go here. And this line has to go to that vanishing point. But I want it curved. So now I'm going to come in, and I'm going to curve it. Now, I would suggest putting one of these in, but put it somewhere else. Move it, make it bigger, make it smaller. Mess with it. Okay. And now I want to show the interior of the wall, so I'm going to use this line. I'm going to come up and curve. Okay, so there's the basics of the portcullis. Now I'm going to put on a tower. My tower I'm going to make a little bit taller. And this line, again, has to go to the vanishing point. So that's part of the tower, but I need to make it three-dimensional. Goes to that vanishing point. There we go. And now I want this tower to look like it is actually medieval. Now you could make these pointed. You could make them, different shapes. You could make them taller. Maybe I'll make this one taller. And then on the other side, I'm going to have the same block. And I end up with something like that. Now I'm going to see the inside of this side. So this line goes to the vanishing point, comes down. This one goes to the opposite vanishing point. And I'll end up with something like that. So maybe from here, I'm going to put in a path coming out from the door. And again, these lines go to the vanishing point. And I'm going to put up a wall here. Now, as I said, if you want to sketch in like this and then come back with a ruler later, that's not a problem. But they do need to be you do need to use a ruler to make them. And then this is going to go to that vanishing point, and this, and that. Let's clean this up a little. So there's my wall. And yep, you're going to have to come back and put bricks on it. Okay, now, this wall, I'm just putting it on that side, but again, I want it to look medieval. So, I don't know, I guess I'm just going to put a couple of holes in the wall. Do this. Again, these lines go to that vanishing point. I'm going to kind of pretend that this castle is getting a little bit older. So we'll do something like that. And then maybe here, there's going to be like a crumbling hole. These I'm breaking with the rule. It doesn't need to go to the vanishing point for the hole. But these lines do. And that kind of crumbling hole is going to look something like that. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put another tower in the distance. I'm going to start with a vertical line again. Go to that vanishing point. Go to the other vanishing point. Vertical, vertical. This goes to the left vanishing point. This goes to the right vanishing point. Great. Now, I want this to be circular. So I'm going to circle here. And I'm going to do the same thing up there. So this is going to be like a, trying to think of the right movie for it, but like Cinderella or something. And then I'm going to put that on top. And I got to shorten this, but I'm going to put in, there we go. Great. Now I'm going to put in a window, because you, of course, have to have the window. And maybe I'll put another window in over here. Okay, now, this line is going to the vanishing points. This line is going to the vanishing points. And then we get the hole there. Cool. Okay, great. Okay, now, you're going to need to continue to add things. It needs to be a filled area. I'm looking for 3 to 4 buildings that are finished. So I'm going to put a little, I'm not going to put a tower back here, but I am going to make the, I'm going to make the wall seem like a castle wall. So remember, all lines, except for things like this, if it's not vertical, and it's not going to a vanishing point, it's wrong. Get that? Get that. And we'll remove this. I'm going to add another building here. And all I'm doing is I'm adding on to the side of my main castle. So, right, see how it's coming out? Sorry about the quality on this. But we're going to be able to see the top of this part. And there we go. So we're able to see the top of that part of the castle. And again, now I'm going to add that wall. And again, if it's not vertical, or it's not going to the vanishing point, it's wrong. And I'm not going to put in all the walls, although you might consider doing that. Now, I strongly suggest that you go through and you do this on Minecraft first. Make a building. Help yourself out. I'll do that, I guess. And I do need to show the tops of them. So the tops of them look like this. There we go. Got the basic tops of it. I'm going to put in another piece here. And I will be running out of time in the near future, but this will give you a basic idea. So we got that there. I think I'll put in like, okay. I'm going to put in a little arch here. And this is complicated, so I would say just honestly don't do what I just did, because it's going to get stupidly complicated. So I'll mess with that later. So coming back here, I could put a window in here. Again, vanishing points. I'm going to put bars on my window. And I'm going to erase this thing because it's going to drive me nuts. Other things that you could do is you could consult the internet for, drawings of castles that might help you out with this. Let's see here. I want a flag. And this is not going to really have anything to do with the vanishing point. I just want a flag. Let's see here. Maybe I'll have a path going around the outside of the... I'd like to make a moat like I made with my other one, but I'm just going to have a path that goes around there. Let's see here. Way in the distance, I have a very, very skinny tall tower. And I'm going to make it on the horizon. So this line can be straight. And this has to be really curved because it's theoretically going to each vanishing point. But I can simplify it. I'll put that up there. And we're going to put a little flag background. Maybe I'll put a bunch of windows in here. And I am just at about 15 minutes, so I'm just going to finish this up and stop. If you want to know how complicated it needs to be, it needs to be complicated, and it should be realistic.